Hi, this is Justice. In this video, we're going to be going through the layers panel. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it and bring it out to the center of the screen. And we're going to start right here at the top and we'll work our way down. So here we have show wet, show hide. So if I take a watercolor tool and let's take the water tool and we click on show wet, you're going to see those two areas that have wetness. If we click over here, we can fast dry, which is going to take some of the water off. It'll keep it from diffusing, but it'll allow it to stay wet. Right here, wet the layer. We're going to wet the entire layer. Again, we can turn that visibility on or off right here. Wet all visible. So let's go ahead and undo that, and we're going to choose wet all visible. So that's going to wet all the spots on the screen, the pixels that have some opacity. It doesn't have to be fully opaque or fully transparent, any opacity. And here, dry the layer. We'll dry it completely. That means that if we interact with this, it will act like dry paint and not like wet paint that's no longer diffusing. This will pause diffusion. Let's clear the layer with this button right here in the bottom right corner. Keyboard shortcut Alt-Shift-D. You can also just press the delete key. And we're going to add here from our color sets, we're going to choose cadmium yellow and Madder Lake deep, and we're going to choose cobalt blue. If we choose pigments right here, use color pigments, this is going to dramatically improve the way that these colors blend. We're going to push these into each other, and you can see these beautiful greens emerging, these oranges and these purples. So we have an excellent, realistic color mixing option inside of pigments available now in Rebelle 5 Pro. Now, if this is turned off, you can use blending modes. You can choose from any of these typical options here, and you can use these transparency modes over here if pigments is turned off as well. The opacity of the layer is adjusted here. Now, if you want to lock the layer, you can see the icon right here. This will keep you from being able to interact with that layer. If we lock transparency, keyboard shortcut \, that means that we're going to paint only on top of the visible pixels. So this is similar to this option up here, wet all visible, except for instead of adding water to it, we're actually adding paint or whatever we choose to add. What we're doing is we're restricting ourselves to interacting only with pixels that are on the screen, not the empty areas of the canvas. Now you can also control click right here and select everything that's on the screen. Now you'll notice that I can paint here on top of it. And the difference here is with the selection made, I can create a new layer with this button right here, Control-Shift-N. And on this second layer, I can paint. And that second layer can have pigments turned on or off, different blending modes. And now I can use the Move tool to move that right over here. You can see the control clicking the layer thumbnail has given me options to work on separate layers, not just locking the transparency and keeping it to the same layer. Let's merge these two layers. So I have the top one selected. I'm going to hit this button right here, Merge Layers, Control E. You can see that these two layers have become one layer. Let's undo that. And now let's make a group of layers. So we're going to hit Control G, or the Group Layers button. Now these layers have their separate properties. So you can have one with pigments, one with a different blending mode, and you can turn them on and off individually. You can also Control Select. So if we have one more layer, we can select the top one and the bottom one with Control, or we can Shift Select the entire group and then hit Control G. We can double tap the name of the group and rename the layer that way as well. All right, let's undo those and let's delete those layers. Let's go over masking fluid layers. Let's create a second layer. We're going to make the top one our masking layer. So we're going to mask opaque, and we're going to name this one mask opaque. Now you can see this little dot right over here. This dot is showing which layers are influenced by that mask. We create another layer, we can have one that's not influenced and one that is influenced, and these can be above or below in the layer stack, and it doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to delete this one again and go to our layer down here. Now our masking layer, we need to unlock in order to add some things here. This is going to be based heavily on how opaque or transparent our mask is. So let's go ahead and so you understand, there is absolutely zero difference. The colors don't make any difference, just how transparent it is. Okay, so let's go here and let's also do some lower opacity sections here so you can see what this looks like. All right, so our masking layer is set up. We're going to go to the layer beneath and we're going to paint over the top. And when we turn off our mask right here, what you can see is these very opaque sections where you couldn't see through the paint. If the paint was a lens over a flashlight, a fully opaque lens would not let any light through. That's kind of the same idea here. So the thicker, the more that the canvas cannot be seen through the paint, the more it's going to block. Okay, so this is a good idea here. You can see down here, we had almost no masking happen because these are very transparent watercolors. All right, so let's switch this from mask opaque. Let's change it, and we're going to switch it to mask transparent. And let's clear this layer down here. All right, let's do that same thing on a new layer. And just to demonstrate this, we're going to put this one on top. And as we go over, what you can see is we're able to paint on top of the mask. Let's move this underneath so you can see what's going on here. It doesn't matter where it is, but of course it will show up on top of the layer here visibly. But if we bring it underneath and do the same thing, it's going to have the same effect. So there you can see the differences between mask opaque and mask transparent. Let's look at tracing layers. Now tracing layers, we're going to turn off the mask here and we're going to turn on tracing layers. This is Alt-Shift-T. Influence layers is Alt-Shift-I. We're going to turn on tracing layers on our mask layer. Let's go ahead and rename this mask layer. We're going to name it our tracing layer. We're going to turn on tracing layers and then we're going to select the layer above it. So what this will do is this will sample the colors from each area where we put the pen down. And you notice that even with opacity here, what it's doing is it's sampling the underlying color, regardless of the opacity level. Okay, so let's turn off our tracing layer, and you can see here it has sampled all the different colors, so this makes it easier to do some tracing work. All right, right down here is Show Canvas. You can turn off the transparency of the canvas itself. The canvas here you can select. Now, Rebelle 5 has some incredible full color canvases and papers. These are high resolution scans, and the texture of the canvas plays into how the paint goes on the canvas, how it diffuses. These are valuable, and you can see there's a whole lot of different options that you can purchase to get more papers. Click right here. You can go through the entire paper set right here is available, as well as all the individual ones. Keep in mind when you're printing these, if you're using Rebelle 5 Pro, printing with nanopixel export will give you a beautiful, very realistic, lifelike print that having these extra canvas textures as well as details are going to make it look just like traditional artwork. Let's go ahead and select WK14 Kozo Bark Smooth. We have deckled edges turned on. You can see when I zoom in here, this button right here will open visual settings. We're going to turn nanopixel on. And you can see the dramatic improvement in how this looks zoomed in and printed. So as I just demonstrated, F12 visual settings can be turned on with this button right here. This will clear the layer. Here we'll add a new layer. This will group the layers. This will duplicate the layers. Let's go ahead and demonstrate that. Now to delete all of these, we can hit this minus button right here. I can also use all of these icons down here, like remove layer, duplicate layer, new group, and new layer, by dragging a layer directly on top. Let's drag this layer directly on top of duplicate. Now we've got a copy. Let's drag this copy on top of group. We've created a group, and we can just drag layers directly on top of that group. And if we want to, we can pull these out, pull out. And we've got an empty group that we can delete. And this button right here will show the selection. Now, if we don't have a selection made, let's go ahead and do that. Let's put a little bit of paint. We're going to choose the selection tool. We're going to select it. With this turned on, you can see that we can toggle our selection, understand what is being selected. Now, inside of preferences, there is a couple settings that are specific to the layers panel. So here in panels, you can see add clear layer button to the layers panel. That is this button right here. After the creation of the new layer, edit the new layer name. This allows you, when you create a new layer, to immediately type something in. Add export to Photoshop button to layers panel. I'm going to show you what that is. This is a feature here inside of Rebelle 5 Pro that allows you to export the specific layer into Photoshop in real time so that you can work back and forth between the two programs. Watch the specific tutorial we have for exporting to Photoshop if you want to learn more about that feature. You can modify how showing wet or hiding wet works by clicking on this Show Wet Layer when using water or dry tools. You can turn that on or off, and that will affect how you see water on the layer. All right, guys, that's it for the Layers panel video. If you have questions, put it in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.